All right, we are live here at Kush by Stevens here in Hialeah, Florida. I'm Bobby Finsaw. That's Evan Posner. Finstander, joined by Rob, Dolphins Thursday live at his house. Very excited, and what a day. We were all at the Miami Dolphins game. The Dolphins defeated the Panthers. Beat them down 42-21. 5-1 on the season, onto an epic matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. We appreciate you all. Hit that like and subscribe button. Get to all the comments. But before we roll, let's Evan's setting himself up. I'm going to roll with Rob. Rob, you were there live today at the stadium. You saw this game in person with us. How are you feeling right now? Dolphins at 5-1.
Much better after the first quarter when we were down 14-0. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Took a little while for them to wake up, but they did what good teams do. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat, put 42 points up on the board. So I can't complain. It was a good game. I know Chris Brooks' injury stunk at the end because the kid had run so hard there towards the end of the game. He got injured. But man, the Dolphins put 42 points up. Really only gave up the 14 because the pick six was a gift there at the end. So hey, 5-1 going into Philadelphia. What more can you say?
100%. Evan, I got to sit next to Evan live. In person. I got the experience at the first drive, not even the first drive, the first two plays of the game. He was like sitting just like this, and he goes, "It's ridiculous." I'm like, "Oh, dude, here we go." Evan, how you feeling about today's game?
Well, my prediction did come true about the fact that we'd get a 3-and-out, we'd kick off, and everything would be fine. But then that offense on that first throw, as Beard Fanatic said on his show, almost threw an interception right there. That could have been a really bad start to the game. And then similar to the Giants game, if you look at the first quarter stats, we were getting killed on time of possession, and it just had that really weird feel. I had no doubt we were going to come back, but it was still like this awkward, weird feeling. But it was nice to be around all these great Dolphins fans in our section. They were really hyped up and really friendly. So then overall, it was a great experience. But as Canadians like to say, and the great Brett Legassi like to say, this game was eh.
Oh, man. What's wrong?
Yes, the Jets just got a touchdown on some crazy stuff.
Yes, so that's the one thing, and that's what we're going to discuss. Because let's just remember, I made a prediction.
I thought it's only maybe me. There is an echo with you guys, especially when Evan talks. There's like an echo.
Probably because Evan has his microphone connected, so he can hear you, Rob, and that's probably what's going on.
Okay. I'll keep it on mute.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Better? Okay.
Yes.
So there you go. Yes, please. Thank you. Here's
Mr. Courtwright.
Or my waiter. Harrison Finstock. We got some. Let me just say, we're at Kush by Stevens in Hialeah. It is 1000 East 16th Street. They got great food. I'm gonna have some croquetas. I am finally look. I don't drink. I don't drink beer often, but I do on special occasions. This is a special occasion. I'm here in Miami. Just saw the Dolphins. I'm drinking some Hialeah Light. I was so excited that I finally have a chance to do that. Have it here, so I'm very excited. Hi, Carol. Carol's in the house. Madre.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there you go. Jets score. My goodness. That's right. I agree with Eric. I would rather have the Eagles win and we beat them. I don't want them to come out.
Yeah, so me too. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I would like to pop the champagne tonight.
I would rather pop the champagne next week.
No, because they're going to be confident that they win tonight. I want them to go in there really.
They're going to be more hungry if they lose tonight. That's how I see it.
You know, it's pretty ridiculous.
That's how I see it too. I guess it's just how you look at it. But I'm with Bobby.
Yeah. No, what's ridiculous?
That even after this weird game where we don't feel they played well, no one scored more points than the Dolphins today.
I know it, and that's what we were talking about because he did say it. He kept going. I'm not impressed by all this. I'm not impressed. But then at the end, he's like, really, seriously, though, like, look at us. We just won 42-21 against a team. And we're going, well, it's not that impressive, because we have such high expectations for this team. And then what I would say is, I agree with that, but also the other side of that is, in our friend Manny from Battered Fin Fans said it great today. It was like those issues that you're bringing up that you were not impressed with are the issues that could bite us next week against a stout Eagles team. And I mean, we have a whole week to decide how we're going to.
O-line. Our O-line stepped up today.
O-line did great today. And
so it was clean.
He told us things. But after today's performance, even though it was a big win, I don't know if I'm comfortable. Still, I'm not going in here feeling better about our matchup against the Eagles.
No,
That's
me either.
how it is.
But when it comes to the Eagles, though, as I said on Battered Fin Fans before, is that of all the defenses that Vic Fangio can be prepared for in offense, the way he developed, he spent the most time with the Philadelphia Eagles last season, and it's still Nick Sirianni's team, and he understands how that works. So for me, that's actually a good thing because I think we can handle that defense well. And I'm less concerned about the Chris Brooks injury. I'm more concerned about the groin injury because that's concerning for me. If he has another groin injury and he's hobbling, we better hope that Tom Pelissero report, maybe post-bye, maybe mid-November, maybe against the Raiders, or the week after that, we're going to see Jalen Ramsey.
But think about this.
The Jets are good, Steve Malloy. And yes, Brooks is hurt. Eric Rivera, he had to be carted off into the locker room. Not good. And the Jets, I know, we should not be rooting for the Jets to win, Evan. I don't know why.
But one thing, Rob, I wanted to bring up was what the Xavier Howard issue is. Look how our team played today against Adam Thielen. Used to be
you would struggle.
You did. You said that somebody better look at, but he's not the same Adam Thielen from the Vikings a few years back where you had to be concerned. You had no concern. But today, Miami struggled against Thielen with Howard in the lineup. If Howard's outside the lineup next week, and we're
covering him a lot.
And we're going and with the Apple against Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. That's something like, again, we're 5-1. Last year the Dolphins started 3-0 and then went 0-3. We were 3-3. Right now the Dolphins are 5-1. So they have already went past last season. So it's hard to be happy about with it all.
Second toughest schedule, eh?
And the second toughest schedule. Now look, credit Miami was down 14-0 at one point, which was crazy. Crazy.
But it doesn't matter. We spotted them the 14 points.
We spotted them because then we just took it right back. But still, we said, hey, we'll give you the lead, and we went right back. So let me ask Rob, sitting right next to you, and we could get into your personal thing. But Rob, what did you see in the game? First off, that you loved. What did you see that you loved from the Dolphins, and what did you see that really gave you? It was a head scratcher.
Well, what I loved is Raheem Mostert. To me, he's emerging as one of the best running back. And we lost A-Chan last week, but Mostert is showing he's one of the top running backs in the NFL this year. That man can run. And minus him deciding to lateral the ball back there on the first drive of the game. When they're like, other than that silly play, it's just like, man, Mostert, he's a stud. He's having the best season of his career at 31 years old. And he may break Ricky Williams' touchdown record for the Dolphins rushing this year because he is kicking butt. And, Mosert's the best. The defense worries me a little bit, but at the end of the day, they only gave up 14 points because the other one was the pick 6. But they really only gave up the first quarter stunk. The defense stepped up, did what they had to do. Are they dominant? No. But, hey, yes, and the Jets have gotten the victory there. And I'm upset with that because the Jets are a very good team.
I'm not.
So,
I'm ecstatic.
I think that's bad news for Miami.
No, it's not.
It is bad news for Miami.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
you could say it's
Jets
not
are
ridiculous.
the Jets are a division rival, Evan.
Every prediction I made.
No,
I said
wrong.
the Bills were going to lose. I said the Niners were
When
going to
you
lose.
were not right with the
Eagles were
Dolphins,
going to lose.
you were wrong about
Okay.
the Dolphins. What prediction? Sanders made all his kicks, and I was closest on the score, 42-21.
Was it still a W?
It's still W. But
We're talking still W.
oh, please. I was closest. Okay.
But Evan making me a little mad. Evan, the Jets are a division rival. Why would you even want them to win or whatever?
Because I
don't care about the undefeated right now. It's a long season. Let us
I
take
just
care
want
of
to
the
pop the
undefeated next
champagne.
week.
I want Larry Zonka to be happy.
Yeah,
I want Bob Greasy to
Yeah,
be
but we
happy.
can have taken care of business there. And
all content.
the Eagles were not going to go undefeated. They got a lot of tough. They should got to play.
They need with the proof of the pudding was that the Eagles are struggling. They got exposed today. So now the Dolphins know what they need to do. Because if they're only scoring under 20 points against the Jets, we're averaging.
No, that's the only thing that's
Eagles
good
are not
about
putting
it.
37 points up on our defense.
Right, that there's no undefeated teams. We
They're not
can
putting a
Wait,
five
what?
on the campaign.
Why are you saying that with confidence?
They're not because
The Eagles can't put 37 points on this defense, on the Dolphins defense.
and if they do, there's no chance. That will not happen.
No, you're saying there's not a chance.
There's no-
I didn't
Well,
see
I'm
you smoke
disappointed
any,
at the
you haven't
Eagles.
smoked
I mean,
anything or
that,
drunk anything since I saw you. Maybe that
Yes,
bourbon.
he did.
drunk
I was vaporizing.
I don't care about the
I
I don't care about the Eagles losing because I want the Eagles to lose, but they lost to the Jets. It's not a good thing because the Jets aren't going away. They can be right there in the division fight with us. So
Well, see, but again, you're right. But my thing is more about we're going against a team next week is a measuring stick game against the Eagles. We beat the Panthers. We're supposed to beat the Panthers.
right.
This is supposed to happen. There's people who are not going to pick us to win against the Eagles. Miami is a 50-50 split. Miami was a 50-50 split. Now losing to the Jets, the Eagles are going to go, man, we lost to the Jets. We're going to have to play well against Miami because people know think Miami's better. Just like the Buffalo Bills.
They're still
You can
gonna think
shake
they're
your
better.
head all you want.
They're still going to
That's
think they're
true.
better than us. They're still going to think they're better than us.
You're damn right, and that's why they're going to come at us. This was
We're gonna
Miami's
get
best
them.
chance.
We're going to be the underdog.
The Jets,
We're going to be the
Dolphins,
underdog.
we
When
should
we went against the Bills,
I don't
we
think
were
it's
the
good
favorite.
news that
We
the
were the
Jets beat
favorite
the
based on
Eagles.
how we were playing.
Hello,
good
Real
news.
Talk
I'm not
Wrestling.
concerned
Hands
about
up, Real Talk Wrestling.
Hands up.
I'm not concerned. I've made predictions today. They came true.
Not all of them.
There. I said the Jets would lose.
So you're talking about every other team.
The undefeated seasons of all the
Well,
other
if
teams would end
Buffalo
tonight.
loses
And I said
tonight, I
that
will
live
buy
on Tuesday.
Evan the Jason Sanders jersey. If the Bills lose to I will buy.
I already lost the Jason Sanders bet. It's all good.
You can buy you one. We'll buy you one.
I would buy
What?
it for you if the Bills lose tonight to the Giants. So there you go.
I know. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Is that what you're predicting? You're saying the Bills are going to lose?
No, I did pick the Bills. Okay.
I thought you said. Hey, I
I picked
agree.
the Niners to lose,
Let's
and I
enjoy
picked the,
this week. We scored 42 points after a sluggish first quarter. We're
Absolutely.
playing well.
Absolutely, I agree with you. No, and look, it's okay for fans to overlook. It's not okay for the team. And again, I felt like it. Let's talk about this game. I felt, especially at that first part, that the Dolphins kind of said, we could take it easy because we're going to win this game. And then I think Miami went, holy crap, wait a second. No, we can't. We need it because Hank brought it up. We talked about it. Winless teams could be scary. It's a trap game. And they kind of do not tell me, because I was sitting next to you, you did not feel in that when it was 14-0, holy shit, this is a trap game.
I knew they'd come back. I just was annoyed by how the offense was playing and how they were.
What's up, caller, man? Good to see you, brother.
When Jake Baylor has kicked the ball, more time for Jason Sanders. In the first quarter. That's a sign of worry. Not that they're going to lose, but that's a sign that they did not come to this game prepared.
Because the fear was that they were going to overlook the Panthers, and that's how it felt. I mean, we were all texting each other. Well, you, me, Hank, Manny, we were all running. And Rob was like, Dursty's getting nervous.
I know, I was. I pulled up my fin stand, talking about myself in third part. When they went 14-0, I was getting nervous. Even my family members and friends said, "What's going on? What's going on?" I'm like, but I was getting there. Okay.
But other than that, but Miami ended up they came back.
No, the Dolphins are not cocky.
There was nothing.
Mike McDaniel's not a cocky guy.
The players can be. Tua alluded to that when we lost against Buffalo, when we got beat down by the Buffalo
The
Bills.
difference is with Tua.
Tua acknowledged that players were getting cocky. So was Tyreek.
It's Tua.
I hope you're right, Mr. Rivera, who's a
He's
great fan
laughing.
of both of our networks.
And he, during one of his interviews today that a bunch of people on X posted, he got interviewed and after it was over, the woman was talking with the background, like laughing and joking around. Like, that's a different kind of Tua. He's not stressed. He's loose.
Absolutely. Let me just say, Eric, it's good to see him. I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. You're watching the post-game show on the Finstock Sports Network. You got Rob of DolphinsThirsty.com. If you're thirsty for Dolphins content, you can go see that gentleman. You got Steve Malloy
Yes,
right
there,
there as
you're right.
well. Me and Evan.
I don't think they're
Costanza.
too cocky, Steve. They're having fun, and that's what the NFL is supposed to be, man. It's supposed to be fun. I don't mind if
I
Tyreek.
think some Dolphins. I don't think all of them, though. I agree with that. No, I
Who's
don't.
cocky?
I don't
think
know, but
Tyreek
Tua and
Hill.
Tyreek said it. Tua and Tyreek said it. Yes, when we lost, they go, some players needed to be humbled on this team. They were getting too confident.
Well, I mean,
That's
Tyreek
cocky.
is the
You
guy
can't get
that
too
went and
confident.
did but Tyreek himself, he went and got a phone and did a backflip. So some people don't like that. They think that's like.
I thought
to
that
me,
was
it's just
phenomenal.
Well, that's different. That's a touchdown celebration. I'm talking about if after the game, if Tyreek would have came after a game and said, "Oh, we knew we were going to beat them. They're trash. We're going to beat them." Then it's like, no, you're getting too cocky. But he's not doing that. But during a touchdown celebration, go for it. I don't care about that.
Oh, I thought that was cool. I can't believe that's like a 15-yard penalty. But I don't know. I don't think we're too
that was
cocky.
ridiculous.
I think we were humbled against Buffalo,
This
and
is
I
the
don't
no fun
like
league.
the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's 100%. No fun.
No
league.
fun league.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I agree, man. So I thought that was cool.
Absolutely. And
No, what
today-
did Papa Paul? I was there, bro, Mr. Courtright, but I didn't see. What did Papa Paul win, guys? I left before the raffle because I realized my
know
meter.
what
I
he
didn't know that he won. I didn't see him. But they had great prizes there. Let me tell you, Bo Campers was great. What they put together there, we were all there. It was a blast. Got to meet a lot of great people. Have a lot of fun. I think it was the JT Foundation. I think it was right.
Yeah, it was for the
It was
for
JT
Justin
Foundation.
Teller Foundation.
You want an autograph? Can we help you? You want an autograph?
Guys, we're getting a picture from the nicest Melendez I've ever met.
Oh, you're just saying.
Oh, the beer.
Anyway, we're getting pictures here. We're live on location.
Oh, welcome 23423.
This is Sister Finstock here, my baby sister, Alexandra.
Oh wow! Hello, fins up. Did she go to the game today?
And there's
Oh, I
niece
met-
and mommy Finstock.
Hello
That's right.
again.
Go Fins!
Hey,
There you go.
I
And I
met
must
her
say,
yesterday.
tailgating was awesome.
Yeah, great show, guys.
Tailgating was awesome today.
But tailgating was great. But again, Bo Campers,
I brought some
great
good
job.
food. Mike Brown.
The prizes. Oh my goodness, the raffle. That's what
That was pretty cool.
Jason Taylor signed jerseys. Signed jerseys. You got Dan Marino signed jerseys. They had pictures. They had everything. Helmets. It was
He
easy. It
said
was such a
that
great
Papa Paul
get-together.
wanted 10 by 12 photos. He thinks.
Photo,
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah. So yeah,
I'll
and that was
ask
worth
him
something
later. I didn't know. I'll reach out to him.
But
Yeah, you're
no.
right, Cola. There was not many Panther fans. There was a lot of Bronco fans when I went to that game, surprisingly, but there was not many Panther fans. And of course, there's going to be a lot of Giant fans because we're South Florida and it's basically New York or the South. But there was not many Panther fans, that's for sure. Oh,
And
El
let me
Capitan was at the game, I guess.
Joseph, how you doing, brother? Thank you for tuning in. And let me just talk about tailgating today. That experience, that was awesome. We had Brown, the Hebrew Hammer of Bottoms Up, Fins Up. It was amazing to see him and his pops, just to get to see people that you never get a chance to interact with. His mother, and in person, you never met in person, but you talk to these people online, you talk to these people on the phone, and it was just like seeing a family member. Thing. Like when we saw each other at the airport, it wasn't nice to meet you. No, it was like, how the hell are you?
You got a little grayer, if I tell you.
Yeah, well, yes, I've lost some hair. Just like I'm starting to turn into him. I lost hair, so I'm here. No, I'm just kidding. No, we've had a blast. And
Oh, it was a blast, man. I mean, it was a blast all weekend. It was really cool meeting people yesterday at the fan event. Got to meet Bobby in person and Evan in person, so it was really cool. And then, of course, Manny and all those guys. It was really cool meeting all of them in person.
yeah, you do it.
The Jets won, eh?
Oh God.
Anthony Manzano has a question for Bobby. Bobby, did you experience any tailgating from the Panthers fan aside from where they had whole hog barbecues?
We did have
Yeah,
some.
no,
We
they
did
did
meet
go.
some. Yeah, we did meet some Panthers fans, and they were great.
They were very
They were
friendly.
nice. It was amazing. Yeah, they were having some fun, during the game. We heard them, but no, overall they were great. Yes, we did. We did get to see Richmond win. We didn't get a chance to. Jake. Oh, is that
Didn't
okay?
get a chance to talk to him or take a photo with him, anything like that.
Yeah, because when we were getting out, I'm thinking, yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, guys. They're doing a live show on location, so they
We are. We're Kush at Stevens, Hialeah, Florida. You guys need to check this place out. They got a
But
great
no
stuff
selfies or autograph, Mr. Corkbright, other than a sighting, but no, nothing like that. Jets wins, Dolphins.
I can't believe the Patriots are 1-5.
1-5. You know, it's
Well, if they end up getting the number 1 pick and having a great quarterback, we won't be laughing next year. But hey, for this year, we can laugh at them.
Can you believe that people were saying that Mac Jones could fit into the San Francisco 49ers with the Miami Dolphins offense and it would be the same thing? Unbelievable.
So let's do this, Rob. If you want to, and then Evan, you could follow up because we did discuss this while we're going on here, Rob.
Oh, they can't. They don't even have the first
For today's
pick because they traded it. What, Bobby? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get caught
No,
up
you're
on all
good.
the comments.
Go right ahead. That's fine. I'm looking at a menu here because we're on location. I do want to get something for to support. But your studs and duds for today's game. Who are your studs that you really, man, you love? You saw when you watch them on the field, you're like, oh, this was
Well,
great.
obviously, I already mentioned him one time. Raheem Mostert gets a definitely. Raheem Mostert, of course, Tyreek Hill once again. Waddle got some action. I would even give Tua. He avoided any mistakes. He didn't have the huge numbers that he's put up in other games, but I like that. And, you know, the offensive line kept the running game going. The offensive line kept Tua off his back, and I like that. And, you know, defensively, yes, I would like to see some more people become studs on the defensive side of the ball. You know, Adam Dean, however you say his name, Adam would correct me, but we all know who I'm talking about. That guy kept on getting open. So for the fantasy geeks, even though their team lost, people that had him on their team, he must have gotten them a lot of points. But, you know, overall, there wasn't that many duds. When you win by, you know, what the Dolphins won, there wasn't that many duds. But the defense overall needs to step up. I want to at least see Cam Smith get on the field and see what he can do and stuff, because it can't be much worse than, you know, how I.
He was there in garbage time. He was there in.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, really step up in the game, and the game's on their stud Hill. Well, definitely, of course, you can almost say Hill every single week. Stud, Raheem Mostert, like I said, Tua. I mean, there's a lot of studs today, and I just think that's perfect. So, but what did you, Bobby? I mean, I don't really have one particular dud other than, you know, defense in general in the first couple of drives, but overall, they stepped up after. You know, after that first quarter where we just had our little meltdown, you know, it wasn't too bad that everyone stepped up and played better.
Absolutely. I would like to get Evan, but I'll say for me, we touched on it a little bit for studs. Dominique Raheem Mostert, absolutely a stud. 11 total touchdowns on the season. We were looking at these numbers. I mean, overall, a very impressive season. You know, he didn't fumble. Got to give him credit for that. You said that. Tyreek Hill, obviously. 160 plus yards. And then I'm going to give it to, because I know you're getting this guy. I'm not going to take that. I'll let you have that one. Because you did say it, so I'm going to leave it. But I'm going to say Bradley Chubb. I was very happy with Bradley Chubb today.
He got a sack. And Christian Wilkins got a sack. So Chris F is voting for Christian Wilkins. Got two sacks. Yeah, you're right. He got
two sacks. And that was one of Evan Studs.
We even got an Isaiah Wins. I can't say the name. It is like 23-4. A whole bunch of numbers said Isaiah
Austin
Wins.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Austin Jackson. He was at that touchdown for Chris Brooks, right? Chris Brooks had that touchdown, right? Yeah, he was the one who led the way on that touchdown run. I mean, he was all the offensive line did really well. Studs, I would say Saban Ahmed. He was not A-Chain. Even though
he got a touchdown, he ended up getting a touchdown at the end.
Yeah, but you know, he's a dud because he wasn't A-Chain. I mean, you could see the difference.
Oh no, you definitely see it. That's why I said it's a big deal.
And I would say anybody who tried to cover Thielen,
I think it was a big deal.
Anybody Thielen was
not hurt, but I do worry about A-Chain. But at least now we're 3 weeks away, and maybe he can come back.
Hopefully, but this guy here, every time Thielen would catch a ball, cover. He was so pissed. But you're studs and duds, man.
So I won't do. Okay, we don't do most of my studs would be Christian Wilkins. I'm actually going to give credit to David. I'm not going to do the same people as you guys. You've already used it. David Long was all over the field today. He was really motivated to play this game. And I will also say the offensive line, but especially Austin Jackson on the right side was really, really strong. I was really impressed. In terms of the duds, I'm going to give it to, like you said, I'm going to give it to X. X struggled today. You could see it, but order were options, but he just didn't seem himself. I'm going to also say I didn't love the play calling today. Like, I'm going to say overall play calling, like the fact that Bearded Fanatic talked about before, but the fact that you're not using Smythe for the second game in a row, no receptions, Robbie Chosen's there as an option, Cedric Wilson, and you literally just went to Barrios maybe once or twice, Waddle, Mostert, and Hill. You're not spreading the ball around, and I think you can do that next
He
game.
scored 42 points, though, Evan. He scored 42. Evan was
I'm not questioning that. No, the worst I'm thinking in terms of individual performance.
I know, but I'm just saying that I think he gets a little vanilla in games that he thinks they're going to win, and he's
the
never
worst
going to
player
admit
on the
that.
field
But
being their lives, and I see.
it's not good.
Actually, give me two more guys. Oswald looks awful. Oswald looks completely lost today, and Jerome Baker. Those two players, as defensive players, I hope it's their last year as a Miami Dolphin. Both of them, they just did not look like they were on their game on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, no, that's okay. But like you said, the injury to Brooks is very disappointing. That kid was running hard at the end of the game.
Wow. We won't know tomorrow. Thank you, Steve.
Man. I think you guys forget the days of getting 17 points. We scored 42
I said that
points.
before the game.
Oh, my goodness. I think Steve's getting too cocky, not the Dolphins. He's like thinking that, he could get more than 42 points on the board if it was Coach Malloy out there. I don't know, Steve. But yes, it's hard to spread the ball around, though, when you got Tyreek Hill. And I admit sometimes Tua gets a little dependent on Tyreek Hill because he wants to throw to him all the time. But it's easy to understand why.
So let me ask, if anybody in the comments or right here on the show watching today's performance, well, I know what you're going to say, but does anybody have confidence about how we're going to perform against a team like the Eagles, against the Chiefs, against Buffalo again? It was still a 42-21 point win, right? But against a team that should have been like that, but at times they allowed us and the people believe that the Panthers could win that. So, is there anybody comfortable with saying, legitimately, Dolphins can or will beat the Eagles next week after everything you've seen?
Because I think Fangio is going to whip up the defense. It's going to be able to handle Philadelphia Eagles offense.
I agree with Scotty. We can beat any team as long as we play a clean game. I agree.
By the way, clean pocket. The offensive line showed, but honestly, our offensive line was good today. Connor Williams back. It's going to be even better. We might be back. We might be getting players back.
That's fair. So we could beat any team as long as we play a game. Absolutely.
I agree.
The only thing is that this team should have been a complete team win. This would have been an offense. We talked about it on pregame. Offense, defense, special teams play it in game. And you can't really say that. Offense did their part, but defense struggled against a rookie quarterback and an 0-5 football team.
AJ Brown. I'm not worried about Devontae Smith. I'm worried about AJ Brown.
But at the end of the day, the defense did give up only 14 points at least. So, the one was a gift, pick 6. So I'm trying to look for the bright side, guys, since you're out there in real land and
Fins up, brother.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills fan in the house. He's like, go Bills on his way out. Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But anyway, guys, they are live on location, so there will be some disruption. But the Miami Dolphins are victorious today, 42-21 over the Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
If you're just joining, please throw a thumbs up, fins up, and do all of that because they have to take some breaks while they're doing their show from live on location in Hialeah, Florida. But anyway,
we're trying out this stuff, and so far the food is amazing. I'm having some croquetas, and you're having what's it?
A Reuben.
And your judgment so far?
Very good.
Yes. nice little shop here, restaurant here in Hialeah, Florida. I love the look of it, man. They got sports playing up in here. I love this background. This is perfect for a show. Like I came in here going, oh, maybe we'll have to sit at the table. No, this is a real cool place, and they've been amazing so far. So if you guys are ever in this area, you got to come down and visit Kush by Stevens Deli down here. They got some great stuff and great hospitality so far, and it's nice and quiet too. It's kind of a bonus. I feel relaxed. I was kind of like, if I did a real live on location, it's like turning out really
coming
good.
along great, man. It's looking good. You guys wearing your Fins hat there. At least Bobby's wearing the Fins Talks.
Oh, that's a new hat. I love that hat. They have that at the team store, and Evan looked at it yesterday and he didn't get it. And then he saw our colleague Mike Brown wearing the orange one. He's like, I got to get that hat. He's like, I got to get it. We're like, let's go. But I love this one here, Finstock Sports Network. I'm just so proud of what we've been able to do.
Stevens Daily in Hialeah, 1000 East Street, 16th Street. There you go, guys. If you guys wonder where they're eating.
But I just want to say, obviously watching his team win, being experienced this whole weekend. But what I really would love as well is just the relationships we built as a network and how we've grown. Again, just seeing everybody's like you've seen him. Rob, and it was like we knew each other right away. Hug. It was just great to see everybody. So love everything about the channel with Steve. I wish that I missed Steve this weekend.
No, I know it would have been great if Steve could have got there. Crazy.
In due time.
And then there's crazy Dolphin. I agree, man. That's what I'm not worried about, throwing things all around, because I think maybe some of the schemes they just kept under hush because they had this thing wrapped up. So we'll see next week if they open up the playbook more and do more motions and all that in a hostile environment up in Philadelphia. So, the one thing good about Philadelphia losing today is, like Evan pointed out, there's no undefeated teams, but I knew the Eagles were not going to go undefeated. We could have beat them. They still got to play the 49ers. They have other tough tests. I would have rather see the division rivals fall today and us knock off the Eagles next week. But hey, can't have a perfect. All we can do is hope that our Dolphins win each week. And
you're just upset that I was right.
We're just but we're still in control of our own destiny. No, I know. I had a feeling that Jets may compete today hard because their defense is really good. I just worry about them in the division. Actually, I'm not looking past.
I want to get Harrison's opinion on something. Come here. Let Harrison finish. Come here for a second. We have a special guest. We got Harrison Melendez, former MMA fighter. Nice Daisy Dukes got on here. My baby brother. I want to ask
and
you
it's becoming a family ordeal.
He's a closet Jets fan, first of all. But
oh no, then why does he have a Dolphin shirt on?
Because outside he's a Dolphins fan, but inside, because he always gets at us with the Jets thing. Oh. Okay, so the Jets beat the Eagles. Okay, Evan's happy about it. I wasn't too. I'm not happy because I think it kind of sets up Miami a little bit. Because if the Eagles would have beat the Jets, then the Dolphins could beat the Eagles.
Double-edged sword, right?
Exactly. So, who are you leaning on here? It would have been the better.
I was cheering for the Eagles. I don't ever cheer for the Jets, actually. So
I know that. Yeah.
So I was cheering for the Eagles. Double-edged sword. You're happy that another undefeated team falls down and Miami's record is protected.
Well, yeah. And that's what he's saying. He wanted up the champagne, but I was saying that.
But Miami could have done it.
I think it hurts Miami's chance, maybe a little bit of chances next week mentally, because the Eagles will go, man, we just lost against the Jets. We're gonna have to show up against the Dolphins. We're hard more than what they thought.
Yeah, but maybe then they question themselves. So like even when the big three were the undefeated big three, which was Miami, San Francisco, everybody was leaning towards Philadelphia being
I believe he's on the way back to Orlando
because Jalen Hurts can't throw the football like any of the other two guys. So even Purdy is a better thrower of the football than Hurts.
Yeah.
So I think Dolphins still have an edge. It doesn't really matter.
Me too, Scotty, but just not to the Jets. I wanted it next week. But it's all good, man. Now no one will go undefeated this year, so we're good.
Thank you, Harrison. You're more than welcome to stay. But
thank
you for joining us.
Maybe I'll let you know. Oh yeah, I got a Belgian waffle. What you're asking? Yeah, I got a Belgian waffle. So
this fish tank after the game, he goes back to Orlando.
I was going to respond. Yeah, he drove back home right after the game. We hung out with him after the game a little bit and put everything away, and then we ended up all separating, separate ways. Love Fish Tank. We had a great time with him and Kelly. It was a lot of fun.
Tailgating right next to each other. Great food. Good time.
I don't drink beer, but that's a beer.
Good job.
Hey guys, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's a nice victory. I'm disappointed with Chris Brooks because this kid was running hard. Other than that, I don't because Zach Sealer left at one point, but he came back and played. Tyreek Hill actually went out into the tunnel, but it was to get like
IV time.
He got dehydrated out there and cramped up. He came back and played. So really, the only one, but of course, last week we didn't even know, and Achan was hurt worse than we all thought, and he was gone. But hopefully, that's the only injury, and we don't have any other surprises tomorrow.
The Chris Brooks situation, and Evan was bringing this up, and it's such a good point. Because we're down Achan, we don't know what's going on with Wilson. Now we're down Chris Brooks. Our practice squad running back got picked up, I think, by Buffalo. So we're down to 2 running backs. What does Miami do? What should Miami do? Rush Wilson back or sign somebody off free agency? What's the name we brought up? Was Leonard Fournette, right?
Leonard Fournette.
So what do you think, Rob? What do you think Miami should do?
Yeah, no. Well, we don't know what's going on with, like you say, Jeff Wilson. Is he going to be able to play? That's the big unknown at this point. Because if Jeff Wilson can play, but yeah, you're gonna have to at least pick up a guy like on the practice squad again or something like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping Jeff Wilson comes back. We all thought he was going to come back this week. Everyone was making the prediction and end up having a setback. So hopefully he comes back, and hopefully Achan's just the 4 weeks, and but I mean you're not going to get any great names out there right now, unfortunately. Just keep on pick. You can pluck someone off someone else's practice squad, but then you got to put them on your active roster. So, you always have
Great
that.
for Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Trade for Dalvin Cook. Because he took 6 IV bags before and after the game. First of all, the seats we had were amazing. Thanks to this gentleman right here. God bless you. But the seats were amazing. But let me tell you, the humidity, we were sweating bullets. And we were in the shade. So I can imagine what the players were feeling. I know, Rob, you had shade. You had a great seat there. I saw you. And I told him, I said, those seats right there, those are perfect because you get the panoramic, but also you got shade as well. Our buddy Mike Brown, he had good seats. He had about Carolina, but think about it. He probably was burning. It was hot. We were sweating. So I can't blame. It was a happy sweat. It was worth the sweat.
The Miami fans that we were sitting around, the guy next to me, every time we scored a touchdown, we're all clapping hands. We were offering each other food. Like the ambiance in our section, the tunnel was just phenomenal.
What a difference, though, from live Dolphins fans, the community in person, compared to social media.
Yeah.
Like I wish that
banana head.
It was such a
honestly, it was nice. There were no Brett Legasse's at the game.
Stop. It was Brett Legasse.
Hey, it would have been nice to see Brett.
Yeah, it would have been great to
awesome
have Brett
see
there.
Brett.
Not the person. He's a wonderful person.
He's a hater.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, let me clarify my statement. Brett is a phenomenal person, great guy. I'm saying the mentality of the Dolphin fans in the building is all positive. There's no negativity.
And Brett would have been all.
Oh,
Brett
Evan! I cannot believe that Evan is talking about someone being negative sometimes. I think we got.
I'm not negative. Oh, I'm Canadian.
Oh my goodness, Bobby! You got to go edit some of the videos and find where.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete that because that's bull. We try to stay truthful here at FTSA.
I'm Canadian.
Oh my
negative.
Thank you. Appreciate
Evan, oh my goodness.
Belgian waffle right here.
Hey, looking good, man. Looking good. Sorry, guys. My internet is very funky right now. I don't know. My Wi-Fi, it says it's Sunday nights, and once a vacation, it seems my Wi-Fi is dropping in and out. So, and here they are on live location, live on location, and they got a better connection. My Wi-Fi keeps on telling me your signal's very weak. I'm like, So.
Just like the effort of the Miami Dolphins today.
We've had a few people bring up Fournette's name in chat. I don't know if a few people have dropped.
I have no. They should be going to sign any player that will help them in the stretch run because injuries are going to continue to happen. You don't know when Armstead's going to be back. Ramsey might be back sooner rather than later. We don't know that Achan for week 11. We don't know the situation on Brooks. We don't know the whole situation on Connor Williams. So for me, go get as much depth as you can. But let me ask you, Thirsty. After today's game, if you hear that, based on your feel, what position do you feel needs the player to be signed? Yes.
Well, I mean, really, we need defense is really where we need middle linebacker, anywhere along the defense, man. We need help.
Well, you think but that's where Adam Van Ginkel was stuck playing today. That's why he was stuck playing there today.
I know, and he plays well, but we need maybe I'd rather see Van Ginkel on the edge, but I know they got
Me too.
Phillips, Scotty. You're 15 for 15. You might as well come up with a new number. I don't know, but I was really pumping him up too. But I know he's missed some time too, so he's right when you think he's going to get in the flow, he just doesn't get out there. But yes, that's what I was saying, Eric. Middle linebacker. I've seen that name. Hakeem Nicks dropped.
I've been saying that all season.
Fans want him, so that's another
Before
good
the season. Yeah. I like Bryce Callahan, like other
Basically, he had used our 8. Yes, Scotty and I were talking about that on my Dolphins Thirsty channel here, guys. If you want to check that out, Scotty and I were talking about that. We were running through the names that you only get 8, and we started naming the names real quick that we are for sure going to come back, and those 8 spots are gone quick. So, we only get 8 to return so that we're allowed to bring off injured reserve.
Let me ask you, Thirsty. We talked about it yesterday on Clock Blockers. Manny had asked us about Christian Wilkins. So I made a joke on his show today. Yesterday, my limit for him was 16. He got 2 sacks. He was very consistent. So now I've raised my big Christian Wilkins if he wants to sign tomorrow, $18.5 million. Where are you standing on Christian Wilkins?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, we all talked about that on the Cool Show, on Steven's show yesterday, on live on location from Bow Campers. Steven D's guy, go check him out over there. He's Miami Music, right, Bobby? I always get some of these names.
Sports music, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It might be Sports Music or something like that. Miami Music. Okay.
Miami Sports and Music, yes.
Okay, Miami Sports Music. Check his channel out. He had us on live yesterday on location. But yeah, we brought up that very Manny of the Bearded Fanatic, Battered Fin fans on here, guys. We all talked about that topic in Christian Wilkins. We were all saying we want him, but at the right price. He just maybe that price went up a little more today because he got some sacks.
He just said 18. Mine is 16 to 18 million. That's what I'm comfortable with, and so I'm with him. I think 18 million.
If he surpasses 8 sacks for me this season, I'll give him 20.
You'll give him 20
if he gets 8 sacks this year.
Call your cousin Steven. Call your cousin Steven. Tell him to pay him the 20.
I hope Mr. Ray Finko says, any chance Giants pull out a win tonight?
Very well spoken.
So let me talk about that. The Zach Thomas halftime. I don't know if anybody who was watching the game got to see that, but we got to see that live. And first off, Stephen Ross, well spoken.
Oh, they're not pulling off a win.
But Zach Thomas, they just love that guy more.
Oh no, it's awesome.
You could tell he was about to cry. He's like, "I love you, Miami fans. I'm a Miami Dolphin for life." And he get this win. And he was choking up. I was like, I love that. And let me tell you something. Him, Jason Taylor, and we know Richmond. Those 2 guys, those were my favorite Dolphins growing up. But they were the most genuine, nice guys off the field that you could meet.
It was just not the best era of Dolphins football, but they were good. No, we had some good defenses during that era, but they just never could get much done, unfortunately. And some of them had to go on to other teams, like Sam Madison went on and got a Super Bowl championship on another team, and some of those. But yeah, they had some good defenses for sure.
There's not a chance that the little G-men are going to win today. Daniel Jones is a disaster this year. Let me ask you, Thirsty, how nice was it to be there live and to see the balance?
Well, Tyrod Taylor starting to. What's that? Oh, no, it was fun, man. It was great. It was awesome. It was super. What can I say? It was great seeing you guys down there. You spot me.
Raheem Mostert got he went about 6 feet in the air. That was phenomenal.
I know. They had a guy jumped over our guys, and I'm like, oh, come on.
I know. There's a big tight end that tried to do it.
Yeah. And then we
The
did.
dog.
No, that was beautiful, man. That's beautiful play. Like I said, I mean, he's one of the best running backs right now. People may joke with that, but he's one of the best running backs going right now. And HN was before he went and got hurt. So I mean, we're really good.
He is, yeah, he is not running back. He is running back, but I'm saying best all-around football players in the league right now.
Oh,
Not
no.
just a running back.
He has 11 touchdowns
Yep.
between rushing and I think it's 8-3 or 7-4. But that's insane.
He's a football
He's
player.
averaging 2 touchdowns a game. He's on pace to have what? 30 touchdowns?
Dude,
Bananas. Like HM played 3 games, he has 8 touchdowns. It's insane.
HN is like he's the special running back. But when I see Molter, of course he's a running back by trade, but he's an all-around damn good player. He's playing receiver. He's playing, he's doing it all for the Dolphins right now, and he's making impact plays. It's just,
but you know what the problem is? Tomorrow people are going to wake up and say, well, the Dolphins, who will they beat?
Yeah.
It's going to be like that until only
until they
next
beat
week.
the Eagles.
When they beat the Eagles, finally we'll get the respect that we deserve. But if
I don't know, Kohler. I'm hoping so. Let's see how they play next week. Kohler's asking, is it possible if our OL is actually good now?
Statistically,
they're fine.
They're doing good. They're doing
Yeah.
great.
They were a coach away.
We were a coach
Barry was great.
away. But credit to him, man. I mean, what a difference. Because there's some guys that were still on that staff from last year, but he comes in and people were. And that's why I tell Dolphin fans, let's not overreact till the guy gets here. Like you don't have to have the coach you want. You know, everybody wanted who's the guy from Mike Munchak? They wanted Mike Munchak.
From Denver.
Of course, right? But we go get Bruce Payne and say, oh, look, he's stuck with the Chargers. This, that. Let him get here. Let's see what happens. The change of scenery might be good for him. And look what it is.
You know what's crazy, though? You would have thought that Teron Armstead, maybe having Connor Williams on the side, or you have Robert Jones or Isaiah with. But right now, our right side, we actually have developed these right side players, and Robert Hunt and Austin Jackson, the first round pick and third round pick, they're going to have to get paid at the end of the season because those two have been phenomenal.
Question from earlier today on pregame about Armstead. And that was,
I thirsty that question.
go ahead. What was the
Thirsty?
question?
Do you predict that Teron Armstead will be our starting left tackle next year?
Next year, you're really going, yeah, I do, because contract-wise, you're definitely tied to him. So if he's healthy, he's going to be the starting left tackle for sure. That's the big if.
Would you somehow find a way to walk away from him if you could?
If you could, yeah, but you're not going to be able to. You would have to trade him. It's like I was reading Barry Jackson's article, and he's always like a numbers cruncher. And we're basically tied through the 25 season for him before we can walk away without being a big.
Actually,
cap.
June 6th. Post June 6th. You got to wait till post June 6th. But it's still a hit, but it's less of a hit if you move on from after. But Barry Jackson, I think I saw that on that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, it's a
a
long
big-
time, man.
Yeah, but you see that is a not our free agent signings. You knew his injuries history. You knew that's not really what we needed, but he did it. But if we can move on from him, and I like him because he's an all-pro. If you can move on from him, you do it. He's unreliable. It's his health. It's not him, just the health. He's unreliable. You can't. We got to use that money for something else.
No, but you're
If we
stuck
didn't have
through a
him,
long
we could sign
time. Like
Christian
you said,
Wilkins.
it's basically through the 2026. You're just really stuck. Hey, but we knew that signing him. We all knew that was the knock. And
But he's a dedicated player. You see him on the bench. You see him working with the O-line. So he's actually a really good help to the O-line. He could be helping with Barry, which he could be the one to helping to balance his attack when he's not there.
Absolutely. Carry on.
you're right, Scotty.
Okay.
Unless some team's crazy enough, you're right. Can't get out of Armstead's contract. He is just. We're married to him, basically. So, for better or for worse, let's just hope he gets, let's just hope he gets healthy and he plays some over the next couple of years because we're basically married to him.
Well, it's going to be important every sign. If again, we'll look at the numbers when I get back today to the house. But even if we have to, I mean, we more than likely we have to because either way, it's still a big hit, even if you wait post June 6th. If that's
and like Barry
Kendall Lamb
said,
becomes a priority.
No, I agree. And the thing is, with that Barry, Jackson said, of course he could renegotiate, but he's, it's hard to go. It was easy to go to a guy like Cedric Wilson and say, hey, can we renegotiate your contract because you haven't really done crap. And then boom. But asking Armstead, they probably wouldn't even do that. They wouldn't even go and ask him if he could lower his contract. That's why.
But that might be something where you extend his contract, but then you lower the hit, you restructure. But how then you're extending.
But no, they would ask him just to take a pay cut just because but I don't think he would do that because the players' union would go crazy and
protect himself.
Cedric Wilson did it, but Cedric Wilson's no all-pro status. So that's the big difference. Yes, you are right there, Scotty. Those are the names where you can get cap relief.
And don't forget Howard.
That's a huge loss.
Yeah,
that's a huge loss.
Don't say Howard. Don't think you have to get money.
Oh, yes. Okay. See, that's true. Agba. We always say Baker, but somehow he survives. And you know what? He was great with Baker. I can't hate on him. But hold on. But Cedric Wilson, Agba. We don't know what's going to happen with Wilkins.
When does Jason Sanders come off the book?
Well, I thought it was. I think at least next year.
Most likely, Austin's probably outplayed his worth here. He's going to make way too much. Some other teams are going to probably throw him a boat.
6 million, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he's out. I don't think he's outplayed anything yet. But I think he's good. I would resign him. With the way he's played, I'd resign him. He's going to be cheap.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I think he's out. I don't think we can afford what some team's probably going to throw at him next year unless he gives us. Because now he's playing well and he's a right tackle. They don't grow on trees. Some team will overpay him in free agency. So some team's going to get. I guarantee some team's going to give Austin Jackson's big money in free agency. I would love to keep him at this point. He's proven he's been good, but some team's probably going to throw a bag of money at him just because people always overpay.
I doubt it.
You might be overrating him there a little bit, Thirsty. I think Dolphins might value him more than another team would.
We'll see, man. I don't think you guys realize what teams do to offensive linemen every free agency. They're some of the ones that are getting.
And that's
the most
why,
money.
again, if he looks at Miami, whose team that drafted him, and he goes to Coach McDaniel, who believed in him, with losing his name right now, offensive line coach Butch Berry, he sees what they did, and they give him a chance to start, and he's performing, and he's seeing how with Butch Berry he's growing into a better player. He might say, "Hey, I'll do 2 years at this amount of money, and then in those years, give me the bag." I can't see a team throwing a thing on him, especially 1 year good play.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I've seen it happen many times before.
I hope somebody throws the bag at Eichenberg. That's my hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully he throws a bag at him. He could
But,
play left
Scotty,
tackle.
who's
He
always
could play
up.
right. He could play left guard. He
Scotty's
could
like
play
a
right tackle center.
capologist. Scotty's like a capologist. He says we can't move on to X. He's always good, so I trust him. He has a 27 million dead cap hit. So, well, they're busy there, Scotty, so they didn't hear that, but we will see. They're
Come on in.
No, you're more than welcome. Come on in. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Of
But anyway,
course.
I agree with you, Scotty.
Enjoy. We're
Is
enjoying
it next year? Is it next year?
What's your name, brother?
Dayro.
Dayro. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you, man. I'm Bobby.
Dayro.
Brother, and this is Evan Vinstanza. So you're a Dolphins fan?
Man, all my life. Actually, I came, when I was younger from Cuba.
Nice.
So I'm an immigrant, and I fell in love with football. And I fell in love with the Dolphins, and we, unfortunately, we've been struggling until this year, man. I'm so excited. Today, I had a mistake. I thought we were off this week.
Yeah.
We had a bye week for some reason.
Yeah.
For some reason, I mistakenly, and it worked out. It worked out because we had a baby shower and all that. But now to know, I found out that we won today.
We won beautiful 42-21. It was a great game.
Great game.
It was a great game. They won. He's hard to please.
Really?
He's hard to please, bro.
42?
Yeah, but yet he takes shots at Brett. No.
Obviously, as a Dolphin fan, we've all been through the tough times.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We know
deserve
we're
this.
battered. But to beat 5, exactly, no pun intended. But 5-1 right now. 5-1.
Consistency.
And we're going against a tough team next week for sure against the Eagles. Man, how are you feeling right now about the Dolphins this season?
I'm so excited. For once, we've been waiting all my life. At least for me,
Yeah.
all my football life.
We got Rob. He's older, so he's experienced some of the good times, and but we got Jake Wheeler, we got Zach Tom. We're just talking about. We've been through all of that, but we never tasted a Super Bowl. We never had a playoff win except Jake Wheeler when we were kids. You know, we've all been through that, and then this year has a legitimate chance for this team to actually do something. You know, yeah,
It's hard to understand.
the best offensive football right now, historically. This team is
Yeah,
how many
no, for
yards?
sure on offense, we're looking good.
Historically, offensively, how many yards are we at right now on offense? I know you have that number.
Yeah, he
2,000.
Offense.
Yeah,
Dolphins.
offense has like over 2,920 something yards. And the crazy stat about that one is that the Bengals and the Giants combined only have about 200 yards. So we basically have 150 yards more than two teams combined.
That's what's awesome. Now, yes, it won't mean nothing if we can't win the championship, but how cool is it? In our lifetime, at our age, that we've been through this, we've suffered, Rob, too, that we not suffer, because it's all still, we love being Dolphins, but we're watching probably the best offense in NFL history. That is ridiculous.
And we're probably the most loyal fans that you'll find in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's true.
Because everybody.
I'm not making light of any situation like that, but I want to say that.
Brett.
No, stop. Light of anything, but it's like being in a relationship. It's and worthy of you. You know, it's going to get better. Don't worry. Next year we'll get better. Maybe we'll get better. And then you come back the next season. You know, it's like, no, you got beat again. Yeah, it's just like that. You know.
And we have like 29. We almost have 3,000 yards already, so it's crazy. So you know,
amazing, dude. But man, I'm so happy you got a chance to come out here and talk to us, man. Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so much.
you.
Thank you
you know,
for the invite.
absolutely, brother. God bless you.
so
Man.
much.
Fins
God
up, man.
bless, brother. God
Good to
bless.
see you,
Thank
man.
anyway, guys, to get you caught up, we can't get away from Xavier
That's
Howard's
fine, but you're free to
contract
have
for
it.
a long time, Bobby. Hey,
You're good, dude.
hey, Bobby, I know you're busy there, but we had a whole bunch of comments.
Go for it. Let's read these comments.
No, Scotty though did say that we can, and he's a capologist guy. We can't get away from Xavier Howard until 2025. If you get on him in this next offseason, you take a $25 million dead cap hit. So you know, unless some team trades for him, that's always hey Daniel. If we play like next Sunday, we will be destroyed. The Eagles will be focused. Wake up, boys. All right, Daniel. But that is true, Daniel. But we did still win. And for all you gambling degenerates, the Dolphins covered the spread. Because I know some people were probably panicking when they threw that pick six and they weren't going to cover the spread there.
That was a very poor throw.
But they did. Hey, my Mike White didn't do too well. But hey, against Broncos, he came in and threw a touchdown pass. So you can't be great all the time. Get that junk out of the way this
Let me
week.
ask you,
Because unfortunately, it looks like
Thirsty.
the Eagles got all their bad plays away out of this week. And next week, I'm worried about that game. Maybe my first time I predict all year is a loss on my pregame. So next week.
How much next year?
Free.
7.
And then
Oh, no one's going to worry about salary cap, Eric, if we win.
Yeah.
If we don't, then yes, because then you got to clean up. These guys are busy. I'm talking to myself, but life is good.
no, we were just following up
I
with the
got
content.
ghosting, guys. Though we're almost at the 1 hour mark. So
I'd like to give an update on Tua's offer this year. Passer rating, first. Pass yards, first. Pass TDs, tied for first. Touchdowns per attempt, first. Yards per attempt, first. Yards per completion, first. Is he right after 5 games? Is he 6 games? Is he ready for MVP?
Has to be. Has to be. I mean, and you could go based off that last year. You don't want to talk about last year, but take him out of this lineup. What happens? I mean, it's more balanced attack. We might be maybe better off now. God forbid. But you put Mike White in. How do you think the Dolphins are going to do? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would have to consider him MVP right now. Absolutely. Any more questions or comments, Rob, that we could respond to or interact with?
Let's see. It says, Miami better spy the QB next week. Seems like Kurt ran every other play. So I agree with that. Let's see. Anything else? Of course, Eric said, if we win the Super Bowl, we won't worry about the salary cap. We can all agree with that. We will worry about that later if we all win the Super Bowl. And yes, Seiler did come back, so that was good. And Let's see, anything else? He's Eric talking about the days. Yes, that's where I remember the Woodley days and the end of Bob Greasy. I don't remember the Super Bowl champ. So me and Eric are in that same time frame. Um, let's
That's
see.
awesome.
I remember Bernie Kosar and Steve DeBerg on the Dolphins. Yes, I remember those days too, my friend. So that was back when you were talking about calling me old. They all laughed and said, "Well, hey, that's my era too." So
Absolutely no, and I respect the hell out of that era. And
but
again,
Steve even remembers his Super Bowl winning years. He's a little bit older than all of us, so I don't remember the Super. I remember the losses of the Super Bowl is where I really remember. So,
at least you got to see a Super Bowl. I want to see them in the Super Bowl. That would be amazing.
to me,
when do we play
crazy.
Chase
Yeah, me too. Crazy.
Next week, I think.
I know next week. That was kind of a surprise inactive for me today. I thought they would have him active today, but he was inactive. So maybe
He was catching the ball with Tua before the game. He was in shorts and a shirt, but in between commercials and them off the side of the sideline or before he was throwing the ball with Tua. He was catching it for Tua.
Yeah.
So no gloves, great catches. He looks like he's having a big smile on his face. We're excited, and I'm not worried about off the field stuff. He's not Tyreek. He's not Jalen. He's not Tua. If it was one of those other guys, I'd be concerned. But Chase Claypool, I have no concerns about what he, feel that's locker room, what he's going to do in the locker room.
Yeah,
no say in the locker room.
Even though Daniel of the Battered Fins Talk Sports Network is giving me a hard time tonight, I appeared on their show. He was telling me, "Oh, he's a bad influence," and I said, "Well, we got leaders on our team." He goes, "You guys don't have no leaders. Tyreek Hill's not a leader. He's not the guy." I said, "Oh, Tyreek, all these guys would keep them in line." So he was giving, but he's a Jets fan, so he had the right to give me some grief. So, but I do because I was saying, no, Tyreek's matured. He would keep him in line. He's not going to let him badmouth and complain. And McDaniel, and we got Wes Welker as receiver coach that he can relate to. This is a guy that was just a star in the NFL just a few seasons ago. So he can relate to these guys. So to me, I agree. I don't think Claypool is going to be an issue on this team. We got too many well-established leaders on the team at this point.
I think we're going to get the best version of Chase Claypool. Whatever he's going to be in this league.
He's on a contract year.
You don't believe that?
Hater?
No, we got people reacting to what I just said. Whatever. I think he is. I think McDaniel's going to get the best out of him.
Yeah. I agree, Scotty. That was weird. It was
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
It was one of the longest delays in the history. I was saying to my son and my wife, outside of lightning delays and like injury delay, what's this delay? It's like, we think we stopped them on the punt. Then they're like still talking on the sideline. And then the next thing you know, they're, looking at it, but yet they didn't challenge it evidently. So I don't know because they didn't get a chance. It was just weird.
When they finally spotted the ball and they said, Miami got it or whatever, or did not get it, or the other team didn't get it, everybody cheered. I didn't cheer. I thought it was the stupidest thing. It was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was Carolina's ball when they spotted it, but it was dumb. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because it was obviously short. The guy had stepped out of bounds and everything. So
we're gonna spot the ball. It's been 10 minutes. Why are we spotting the ball? How do you know exactly what
our offense was out there, their defense was out there, and then they're like, "Oh, didn't measure." They had to move the chains all back to where because they had already moved the chains down the field to the neck for the Dolphins first down, so they had to do all of that. It's crazy stuff. Hey guys, I don't know how long you're going to run, but I'm going to be out in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna close out in about, I'd say maybe 10 more minutes. We'll wrap it up.
All right, I can stay that long. I just looked at the time and I'm like, oh my god, I got stuff I got to do.
Well, are you guys doing a show tomorrow?
Maybe Evan and I'm going to do my show on my network at 10 a.m. tomorrow, but Evan's welcome to join that, of course, tomorrow morning. But yeah, if we want to do a show
tomorrow, but I can be in touch with you in the afternoon.
All right, no, so yeah,
do
sometime.
Yeah,
we can work. Even if it's just
a Real Talk bandwagon.
Yeah,
Real Talk on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
but Rob, tell us about your channel. Tell us about your site. What show's going on tomorrow that people could tune in to Dolphins Thursday? What are they going to see?
10 a.m. I'm probably flying solo again, but Scotty will probably be there. Maybe even Daniel, Mr. Courtwright. So I'm never alone. And Eric. A lot of the guys you guys all rock. Ray Fink, all these names I see there, they may join me tomorrow. So I won't be alone, but I'll be alone on the camera. So 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Guys, don't go looking right yet because I haven't even set it up. I still got to write something for Dolphins Thursday about today's game, so I'm running way behind. Got to set up tomorrow morning show. But always
10
Dolphins
a.m.?
Thursday everywhere you can find me.
You said 10 a.m.?
Yeah, 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to set it up. I haven't set it up yet, but after this. I'm going to make the thumbnail and set it all up.
I don't know what's going on tomorrow morning, but if anything, I won't leave you alone. I'm home tomorrow,
All right.
so I don't know what's going on with the family, but if I'm just sitting around, I'll pop in. We'll talk.
Oh no, that'd be
join you.
great because I wasn't sure if you were flying back tomorrow or whatever. So.
And that Belgian waffle was, oh my gosh, yeah, it was amazing.
He's talking about his food.
I will. Thank you, Nicole. But
Don't worry.
this guy-
Like he was more at the middle.
Move it. I don't know if you had it on your phone.
Oh,
There you go. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, he played a lot, Daniel, but he was more at the middle linebacker area than being on the edge. So he didn't get as much pressure as he's been. He got one really good pressure, but he did.
He did. But Evan was one who told me, he's like, why is Van Ginkel on the sideline at certain times? So we were a little surprised by that. But again, Christian Wilkins, Bradley Chubb, I was very happy with. Rob, let me ask Bradley Chubb. Let's talk on that because I know you were a critic of the trade, and again, I don't criticize anybody's points, but obviously it's still a first round pick. Has he played up to that on par? But the way he's been playing this season, have you felt better about him being on the team
he's
now?
played a little bit better and he's getting there, but some games he just disappears, and some plays I see the tackle on him one-on-one and he's not beating them. I want more beats in that situation, at least make double team him or something. But yeah, he's doing a little bit better. I just thought at the time it wasn't a needed trade, but hey, he's a Dolphin. The minute they become Dolphins, I root for them. So it just wasn't a trade I felt. I was more happy with Wilson trade pickup deadline than I was the Chubb. I'm like, Chubb is not really necessary right now, but hey, we got him, we paid him. It is what it is, and I understand why Van Ginkel. I knew when Phillips came back that Van Ginkel's time would drop. But they got to find a way to get Van Ginkel in there more because he whatever. He may not have the sexy stats or like the numbers. He may not be Hercules out there, but he gets to the quarterback, and that's what you need. So, yes.
How old are you now, Bobby?
I'm 35, sir.
You know that you were 12 years old. 35? Right, you were 14 years old. I can't do my math. I'm tired. The last time the Dolphins were 5-1. 2002.
My mother just said that. She came up and told me
Bananas.
Yeah.
That tells you the mediocrity.
It's been a long time, so I'm enjoying this ride, guys. We may complain about a little stuff here and there. Hey, Cap, you came in late, Cap, but it's great to have Cap in the house. Cap
for life, my brother. Good to see you, my man.
Yeah.
Chris, Daniel, Scotty, Eric, everybody who's watched, everybody. Kohler, appreciate you guys. Rob, any final thoughts before we wrap it up, man?
No, man, I'm just enjoying it. 5-1. Next week, we're going into a tough, the Eagles' nest. It's going to be a hard-fought game. The Eagles are coming off a loss against the New York Jets, our division rival, who knocked them out of the undefeated ranks today. So it's going to be a tough game. They're going to be ready. It's going to be prime time TV going into where they probably have the craziest sport fans in all the world. Maybe they get so tied up with Phillies baseball that they would forget about us for one night. But they're going to be crazy. I know it's crazy, Kohler. This is great. I'm enjoying the ride. I don't care what people say. Oh, just ask the Miami Hurricanes. Everyone's calling them frauds now. So at least we're not the Hurricanes.
By the way, the breaking news is that you and I, if we'd like to play for the Dolphins or an NFL team, we could try out tomorrow because the best line I've ever in my life. It's all over X right now. Dustin Pugh is an offensive lineman for the New York Giants. And he basically, when they do the announcement on Sunday Night Football, what the college you went to, he goes, Justin Pugh, straight off the couch.
Love it. I love it.
And it's all good, man. You got it. He's always coming out there with good stuff, Evan, that is. But, hey, all the Dolphins better have the game face on next week, or it could get ugly real quick.
Someday.
So they better all be ready with their game face. This is next week. if anything, the Eagles losing today, I'm with Bobby, makes it tougher than the other way around. I don't have this perspective. Oh, it shows a way that you can beat them. But then I also look like now there's going to be a hungry football team that's going to not want to have a 2-game losing streak. So they're not going to be cocky coming in, because if they had gone in and beat the Jets easily today, they may have come in there cocky like we were coming in a game cocky. But now they're humbled today by a team, that didn't even have a great quarterback and they got beat. So the Eagles are going to come next week ready to play. Miami better come next week, and because I don't want any 28-point loss like we did to Buffalo. I'm not saying we even have to win, but we better show that we're a good team at least going in there.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Through 6 games, how many field goals has your kicker made?
Our kicker.
Our kicker.
Field goal. Actually, not extra points. You're talking in 3 points. 3.
5, which is pretty amazing after 6 weeks.
Wow.
But he has kicked 30 extra points. That means on average he's kicking.
And he made every one today.
That means on average he's kicking 6 touchdowns a game.
Wow.
Isn't that bananas?
That's sick, dude.
6 touchdowns he has to cover.
All cylinders. This team, Eagles have some injuries today. So do we. But Miami, again, next week's going to be a measuring stick game. Obviously, if you guys follow Fitz Talk Network, which I know Eric does, and Kohler, you find him on Fitz Tailgate. Great content on there as well. But if you guys follow us, you know that we're going to touch all week on this game. You have Tuesday, Real Talk, Fitz Talk. Obviously, East 10th Street Boys tomorrow night, live on location on East 10th Street. Alex and I, Manny at Battered Fin Fans, he'll be on location. We're going to talk Dolphins. We're going to talk Heat. We're going to talk growing up Miami. We're very excited about that. But again, all week we're talking about the Dolphins. And I know Rob on Tuesday night, maybe tomorrow as well, maybe with Evan, we'll touch on the Eagles versus the Dolphins. It's going to be a big game next week. I mean, Super Bowl feel, honestly, playoff feel, because it's a measuring stick game. The same thing as Buffalo. Miami crapped the bed on Buffalo, so they need to come out strong next week. So stay with us all week long. Great content. We're going to break down the Dolphins versus the Eagles, because like the Dolphins, after the first initial shows, we move on from that game and move on to the next team. Rob, again, I know I asked your final thoughts, but anything else before we close out?
Oh, man. It's just fun, man. 5-1. Let's enjoy the ride. It's been a long time since our Dolphins have ranked number 1 in offense. Like the days of Dan Marino are coming back, So it's been a long time since we have a fun offensive show to watch. It's a lot of fun every week. It's going well when a lot of us are like moping around after scoring 42 points against another NFL team, and we're like, well, we weren't that creative on offense, but yet we put up 42 points on an NFL team. So to me, it's like, life is great, man. And yes, Daniel, we do need more pass. We do not get much of an organic pass rush. That is true.
100%.
Got some sacks today, but it's like either all or nothing today. It was like either we gave them all day to throw or we sacked them. It was like, no, this hurried throws. It's just weird. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Guys,
Evan,
I will close out for you guys, whatever you want. So
appreciate it, brother. Yeah, we'll just quick. There it says, I'll let you know before which one to hit there for us. But it's going to be right under FTSN, the post game. Outro Fin Show.
Outro Fin Show. There we go.
So let me just say though, Evan from Canada came down here. We were hanging. We went to the game.
Yeah,
First off, thank you for convincing me. Thank you for an awesome experience today.
Welcome.
We had a great time. Man, it would have been crazy if I did miss it. But my brother here from Canada, been a blessing for Rob as well, but a blessing to.
I'm gonna see Rob tomorrow
and get the know.
Yeah, but we're gonna figure somehow to see each other tomorrow.
Appreciate you. But how did you feel, man, overall about this weekend?
This weekend's been phenomenal. Meeting everyone. It's exactly what wanted to happen. The game didn't start off like we wanted to, but it ended like the way we wanted to. So, fins up.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in today. Dolphins are 5-1, beating the Panthers 42-21. They go against the Eagles. Epic matchup. We're so excited. Thank you all for tuning in here live at Kush by Stevens. You guys have to check it out. Again, the address, 1000 East 16th Street, Hialeah, Florida. Check it out, guys.
Oh,
Appreciate
Bearded,
you.
you know you're always invited, Bearded.
Always
I was the last minute.
I told him on his show he was
I
invited.
said that. I know, that's my brother. He knew he's invited tomorrow. We're
We have
gonna
a
be
great
live.
picture.
He'll be at my house. A home welcome. I'm so excited.
You're always
man. He's one of the best.
Bearded. And on my show tomorrow morning, but Bearded be working tomorrow. I'll be tired part here. I'll be off tomorrow, so I'm going at
By the
10
way,
a.m.
Bearded, at least we come for your whole
Bearded's
show. You
always
come your last 5 minutes. Johnny come lately, I see.
Yeah.
No. We love
Hey,
you, brother.
he
We miss
came
you.
and he gave that thumbs up. That's all that matters. He came.
That's all that matters. Guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for an awesome show. We had a great weekend. Again, East Tenth boys, please tune in. We're going to have a blast tomorrow night, straight out of Hialeah on East 10th Street at my home. So do me a favor, like, subscribe, and most important, fins up,
Fins up,
guys. Thank
everyone.
you so much.